Hello, I'm Louise from the Cotswold Sewing School, and I'm here today with Just Fabrics to show you how to create your own piping and then add it onto an upholstery project. Today we've chosen to add it onto this piped footstool. The fabric that we've chosen to use on our footstool today is this gorgeous natural fabric called Tetbury linen hopsack. To create your piping, we first of all need to cut 5cm strips of your fabric. These need to be cut on the bias. When we talk about cutting on the bias, we're referring to cutting at a 45-degree angle. And the reason you do this is you get a lot more stretch in the fabric, which will really help when you're trying to maneuver your piping. When we're joining fabrics, we always join right side to right side. And you want to join your strips because you want your piping to be continuous all the way around your soft furnishing. Pop your strips right side to right side and you're creating your right angle again. At this point, using your measuring grid or your set square, whatever you use at home, you're just going to draw on your 45-degree sew line. This is where you're going to stitch at the machine. And to keep your strips in place to get to the machine, you're just going to pop a pin in parallel to that line. Once you've sewn the strips together at your sewing machine, you will see that when you turn your second strip over, you've now got a continuous strip to work with. So you can cut off any threads that are in your way and also just reduce the seam allowance. And then with an iron or a steamer, whichever you prefer, just press out that seam so that it's barely noticeable on the front at all. Now your fabric strips are joined together, you are ready to position your piping cord. So this is uncovered piping cord, and you are simply going to position it in the center of your piping strip, making sure that your seams from your join are actually inside against the piping cord. And you're just going to fold over the fabric strip so that the raw edges of your fabric meet together. Always raw edge to raw edge. And now you are ready to take across to the sewing machine, and you will simply sew straight line right against the piping cord all the way down. You can use your standard piping foot for this, that's no problem at all. We actually find you get a much closer stitch by using an adjustable zipper foot, which is what we're going to use today. So we're just going to position our foot right against the edge of our piping cord and pop our needle down. Of course, if you feel more confident by pinning the piping cord in place, that's absolutely fine, you can do that. It's just quite easy once you're at the machine to just keep manoeuvring to make sure that your raw edges stay together. And now you're just going to keep the foot as close to the piping cord as you can. Keep an eye on the raw edges being together, and you're just going to sew the whole way down. With your piping made, you are now ready to wrap it around your footstool and secure into place. I've simply done this using a staple gun. You want to leave the two ends slightly loose, and this is so that we can create a professional join which isn't noticeable on your footstool. Leave the one end totally as it is. On the other end, you simply want to unpick your machine stitching just to bring it back past where your piping join is, as we are going to fold back the fabric. Once those stitches are unpicked, you simply fold back the fabric, and we're going to line up the piping cord to the other end. Keeping it straight, you want to pick out where you're going to cut. Now, everybody's tendency is to literally cut where you can see the piping cords will join, but piping cord can bounce back slightly, and this could give you a little bit of a ridge in your piping. The best thing to do is to cut your piping cord just past where the other piping cord ends, just to give yourself a slight overlap. Now you can literally butt up the cords together, as so, and we fold the raw edge of this fabric back over, and it covers now the other end of the piping cord, and you simply fold the fabric under. And when you're happy that it's straight, you'll then be able to secure neatly in place. With your piping joined and secured into place, we are now ready to attach your bottom fabric panel. And the way we're going to do this to get a really close finish to our piping edge is to actually use upholstery back tag strip. And you simply, with your right side to right side fabrics, you're going to position the edge of the back tack right against the edge of your piping, and simply staple it in place. And you're going to do this all the way around your footstool. And once your back tack strip is stapled into place, you can now pull the bottom panel of your fabric down, and then you can see you've got this lovely neat edge right up along your piping edge. I really hope you've enjoyed the video today and it's given the confidence to try it at home. If you have, then please like and subscribe below. If you're after any soft furnishing or upholstery courses, then please check out the website of the Cotswold Sewing School. If you're looking for the fabric for your next upholstery project, then please check out the website of Just Fabrics.